Hey, Kingdom Dream Chasers. All right, so we're going to have a fun conversation today about the quality of leads versus the quantity of leads. And there's two different camps. There's actually pros and cons to both. And I'm just curious. I'm going to throw some things out there, and I would love to hear your feedback on where are you at? Do you think it's more advantageous to have quantity of leads, or do you think it's more advantageous to have quality leads? So let's look at it and take a look from a kingdom perspective, as we always do. All right. So when we think about quantity leads, obviously that's like more people, yay, when we think about quality leads, it's like, ooh, these are my people. These are interested potential buyers. So how do we even get there to both? So quantity leads. Quantity leads in the online marketplace today, one of the most common ways we hear, especially in the industry of direct sales and network marketing, friend request, friend request, friend request. And there's even software I'm sure some of you are quite familiar with. There are little software things. I think one I heard about most recently was called Unipro or something. I don't know. But you can actually tell it the type of woman that you're looking for and what groups she might be hanging out in. And it will go find those women and friend requests and send follow up messages. That's pretty snazzy. So you can check that out. Also, but just the typical with, not spending any money is just, hitting that friend request button and often, or, oh, I see you're friends of so and so, I'll friend request you. But my challenge for you with that is, in my opinion, there's ROI on both. Okay, what does that mean? That means there's a cost to the amount of time and effort it takes to bring that person into your space. Your effort in pursuing them in a way that is nurturing and in alignment with who you are. There's a cost to all of that, right? Time. So from my perspective, I want quality leads. I would rather have a much smaller group of women that I'm talking to um, who are my ideal clients. Meaning that, how do I know that they're my ideal clients? Because I've been messaging about the pain points and the solutions that I have. And so if they're sticking around at some level, they're interested in those pain points and in some of those solutions. So I get to nurture them, invite them into different things, and get to see if what I have is for them versus this massive quantity of just Facebook land people. Like, for example, if I have 6,500 followers on my Facebook page, my Kingdom Dream Chasers group is about 2,200, 2,300. Those are my people. There's tons of people that are following me that are probably that are not my people. So I don't want to spend all of my time and effort over there with a bunch of, this is going to sound really bad, but like randos, right? Like people who I have no idea if they'd be interested or not. I'd much rather show up, lead with the value that I bring, lead with the things that I think are valuable to the women that I serve, talking about the frustrations that they have, talking about potential solutions for those frustrations. And once she hears that, she's like, huh, I want to pay attention. I want to stick around. I want to get into her Facebook group. I want to go in that next step a little bit closer. So that's an overview of quantity versus quality. But let's dig in a little further, like we do, and talk a little bit more about what what are those motivations. All right. So in my experience, personal experience, when I was in direct sales and network marketing, especially as we navigated out of the in-person space and into the online space, when we all started coming onto Facebook, we there was definitely this, and I even remember in my network marketing company, the challenge was to, you know, invite 100 women a day or something crazy. I don't remember what the number was, but it was big. And it was definitely the belief that quantity of people was the path to go. Now, in that particular case, where I think there was some validity to that is the products that we had were very general for a mass audience. I wasn't niching then. And I honestly believe that was a big mistake. And my business there, even though it was wonderful, could have been a blow up situation had I niched, but I didn't understand niching at the time. So um, I do believe that for some of you, Quantity could be a win. However, I do believe there's a return on that investment, as I said, of having to nurture and go through. Here's another thing that I see in network marketing that concerns me about the quantity route. And that is I see women like, "Ooh, I've got all these followers now. I've got all these new friend requests." So there's this, I believe, false hope that now that I have more people, suddenly now what's going to happen? I'm going to get more engagement. I'm going to get more likes. And then that doesn't happen. Why? Because the only way you're going to get likes and engagement is if the content that you have is actually for the person listening. So that takes me back to my belief that if we focus on the quality leads, then everything that we're putting out will attract her because we're putting out the value that she believes in, the pain points that she has, the solutions that she has, and all the different valuable things that are around that. One of the things I've seen too in the industry is I believe that this kind of quantity mindset sometimes comes from a place of scarcity. And it comes from a place of fear that, oh my gosh, if I don't get more friends, if I don't get more people, I'll never have a successful business. Well, is that really true? Does quantity of followers actually correlate to sales? And I'm going to tell you that I would believe in most cases it does not. It might look like it sometimes, but the correlation is really that the quantity of leads that you're bringing in are your ideal people. That is what will correlate to sales. Now, does it mean here's another thing that I think a false hope happens that if you do start niching and you do start bringing in more people, then you expect, oh my gosh, my sales conversions are going to be so much higher. Well, in time, that is true. As you grow in your skills of marketing, your skills of presentation, your skills of making the offer, your skills of being able to communicate to that person exactly what solution you have for them and what outcome she will experience if she comes alongside you with that solution. So, um, it takes time and effort. Business skills, business mastery does. But I really want to caution any of you if you have even the slightest little bit left of that scarcity mindset that's like, well, I've got to get more people, I've got to keep friending people, I've got to get more of an audience. Well, really pull back and pray about that. Think about the women that you have been called to serve. Do I really want more quantity? Or do I want more quality? Do I want to be inviting women in who really are my people, right? So for me, Kingdom Dream Chasers are women in the industry of direct sales and network marketing who want to grow thriving businesses with God. They want to market from a place of value and in alignment with who they are to build that beautiful personal brand that naturally attracts the woman that she is called to serve because she's marketing to her specifically, and then she wants to automate that process because when you automate your lead generation and your emails and your invitations, then you get to spend more time with people and less time on all of the other stuff. So um it is true, the most important thing you need to hear is we need leads coming in. um, that is, it's kind of like having a retail store, turning the lights on, and not having anybody come in all day. You know, you're there, you're ready, but no one's coming in. So leads walking through the door every day is really important. And spending time on what does that look like? What do I want that to look like? And where do I invite those women in for more leads? Because we do need new leads coming in. If not every day, certainly consistently. They need to be consistently coming in, or else your business goes like this, right? However, I don't believe that loads and loads are always the answer. And if you have a different experience with that, I would love to hear it. And again, it very well could be maybe your niche or something like that that makes it make more sense. Um, I just want to make sure there isn't anything. Let's see. So yeah, when you have quantity of leads, yes, it's more eyeballs. But what's the cost to get those eyeballs? And now, if you're in on Facebook or you're getting into the ads space, then it's really important to niche because now you're paying for the cost to acquire that lead. Now, if you're acquiring leads who are your ideal client, paying a little bit more is worth it because the likelihood that she will want to buy is higher because you've already determined that she is the type of woman that comes into your next step, whatever your product solution is, your offer solution is. However, if you're just out there just trying to like go grow a group or get a bunch of people to come in with a low cost lead magnet or something, and you're not kind of screening with use of your content to kind of weed out those who don't really apply versus those who do, then you're going to end up with, spending a lot of money for maybe some quantity, but the quality wasn't there. And of course, you know what I mean by quality. I'm not talking about the quality of a human. Every human is perfectly and loved by God in the most beautiful way, a way we can't even comprehend. I'm talking about the quality in relation to your business and the time that you want to spend working with that person. So the more you know who she is and you speak her language, she will be drawn in. The more you show up with value and not products first, um, all right. And then my other little note that I have here, because loads of new friends who aren't your ideal buyer, but they who want to know what you have to offer versus those who want to know what you have to offer. So over here on one side, we've got loads of new people. We really don't have any idea if they really want what we have. On the other side, we've pre-screened in a way through our marketing, and we've got maybe smaller, definitely a smaller group of people, but they are very likely interested in what we have. Doesn't mean they're going to buy right away, but there is a much highly higher likelihood that if you nurture, build trust, they are going to be an interested potential buyer. So, quantity versus quality, there are pros and cons to both. And most important thing we can do is really make a decision about what is the lead generation process that you want to go through. And sometimes it's like, well, Gail, how do I know? Well, sometimes we don't necessarily know. With 100% certainty, but my suggestion is always um, make a commitment. So, for example, like 4 months, first quarter, first half of the year, I'm going to go all in on this quantity lead concept and really be working on the woman that I'm bringing in, that I'm writing down her name, she's in that quality lead versus, or in the second half of the year, I'm going to go all in on quantity and just try to friend and, use wisdom in that friending, but nonetheless. So, well, I hope this um, blesses you because I do see a lot of still in the industry, a lot of this kind of hyper fixation on I've got to grow my friends, I've got to go grow my followers. And there is truth that you need leads, you need new people to talk to. But, I see a lot of false hope surrounding that because what they are believing is that if I just get more people, I'll have more sales. And that is not always the case, all right? We want quality, um, we want the women who come in to be a quality lead, which means she is an ideal potential buyer. And so how do you define an ideal potential buyer? She already knows I'm Christian. She already knows I'm a coach. She already knows that I help women grow on kingdom values. She already knows I have a proven system that I help clients with. She already knows that we help clients automate. She already knows those things. So she's in my space. She's not, if she's still around, there is a level of interest there. All right. Doesn't mean she's going to buy, but we've checked all the boxes versus just, oh, she's a Christian woman and I'm not sure if she has a business. I think she might have a business. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So I would love to hear from you. Quantity versus quality. Let's hear it. And excited that we just get to continue partnering with the Lord and just I want to have you leave with this. If you are committed to partnering with the Lord in your business every day, your business is a success by definition because that's who He is by definition. You have partnered with the Father of success, the ultimate success. All right. And so just fill your heart with hope and joy and stay focused on the tasks that He wants you to do today. And you're going to watch those leads come in, but make a commitment. This is my call to action for each of you. Make a commitment. Will I, and for what period of time am I going to pursue quantity strategy or quality strategy? because when you're kind of doing both, then you don't have a clear idea what's working or not. So break it up. You could try it for a couple. I wouldn't do it for less than a couple months, but for a couple months, I'm going to go the quality route. For a couple months, I'm going to go the quantity route and just notice, what do you enjoy more? Where are you finding more connections? Where are you finding more, you know, more wins, right? And you might decide that, okay, I'm going to try this a little longer and do it a little bit longer stretch. So I hope that's a fun challenge for you, and looking forward to hearing some feedback on it. All right, guys.